Hey Lee, Kenny here, wanted to do some really good war highlights and show some of the good stuff that we have in this war that's getting ready to end here in a couple of minutes. I keep picking on Bud, but not this time. That guy already hit him. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, and we'll just go in order here. First up on the list here is Part-Time. And he's coming in with a mass bowler, 3 jump, 3 rage. He's going to be centering his tack right around 930. So he gets bowlers down, 2 healers on each side there on the flanks. He goes ahead and drops his giants, sprinkles in his bowlers. By the way, just a quick thing, notice the spread on the bowlers, and that's important because if you want the bowlers to go into the funnel, you have to make sure into the area where the jumps are. You have to make sure that they're cleared. Buildings are cleared out of this area, and buildings are cleared out of this area, and they're about to do that. And go ahead and resume here. So Doug has a nice funnel going there, and a vast majority of his troops go into the core, and then he just starts painting the board with his rages. Good timing on the Warden, help protect everything from the Inferno Tower. And now his queen is leaning towards one side, and he would have preferred the queen to go and get the Inferno Tower. Now, I'm going to point something out here because this is just a real little thing, but it's these little things that can help. So his third jump, you can see that it's a little bit off center, right? See how it's leaning over this wall? That's why the queen jumped into that area. And there's a little more wiggle room on this side. So now I'm not sure he would have been able to squeeze that thing in there so it wouldn't have drifted off, the queen that is, drifted off to either side. But I mean, in sports they always say it's a game of inches. Well, it certainly is in Clash of Clans as well with these war attacks. So let's go ahead and see how it plays out. And we already know that Doug ended up getting a 3-star here. So he's got his bowlers, and his Grand Warden is doing a number on that Inferno Tower. And even though the Inferno is locked on the Warden gets it down. And then at this point, there's just too much left, right? He's already at 75, 77%. His flanks are still going strong. On the one side, he still has a lot of his bowlers and 2 healers. And he still has his Archer Queen and ability as she is going through the other wall. Doug's queen does more inexplicable things than any queen ever in the history of this game. Uses the ability, and we'll go ahead and speed this up now as his healers lock on. And the queen pretty much finishes everything up. Good raid, PT. Came at a good time in the war. That one kind of stuck a fork in the enemy there. Okay. Nope. Bullet. What's Bullet got going on here? Bullet's got the ring base going on. So he's going to be using a Bowler Witch combination going from 12 o'clock down towards 3. Starts his queen walk. Breaks in the wall breakers. Got to break in the wall breakers in these corners on this type style of ring base if you want the funnel to go right. Puts the Warden down. Baby Dragon in for a funnel. Everything's looking pretty good. I want to point something out. No, not yet. All right, I'm going to do it anyway. Pretty indecisive today, can you tell? Bullet and I were having a conversation offline about pulling the clan castle. And he correctly told me that pulling the clan castle in this case would be a bad idea because there are 2 witches in the clan castle. And 2 witches going across the board can really ruin an attack because the baby dragon gets there ahead of everything else, and the witches lag behind, and the one poison spell ends up not getting everything done, and it ends up being a big mess. So he said, no, I'm going to just go at it and deal with the clan castle as it comes, and that was the right decision, and the right choice, and then the right logic by Bullitt on that one. So now, how are we doing this base, right? So you can see he sends his king, and probably I think that's 4 bowlers and a little bit of cleanup with a wizard here, because he's trying to get everything not to take that jump initially. He wants his king and he wants those bowlers to go around the corner, so all of the kill squad troops or the giants and the mass bowlers he sent behind will go to the core. And Bullitt has accomplished that. And so now he just starts painting the board with his rage spells. He gets his poison down timely on the baby dragon, and the bowlers just obliterate the witches and the skeletons that he has to deal with. He gets a timely heal to make sure that the bowlers just keep going and get that town hall. And at this point, you can see he's got all those healers up, and he's got a ton of troops left. So we'll go ahead and speed it up. There's nothing that can be done here. He doesn't swag his rage. It's a little disappointing. Mr. Swag himself decides that he's going to hold on to that thing. But I guess when you're getting a 3-star on a max 11, you can do whatever you want to do. Let's move on to the next one here. This is my hit on number 7. Again, another ring style base coming in, I believe, at the 3 o'clock corner. Correct. Queen's down, break in. See, remember, you got to break in on these bases to get it. Used a loon to trip a couple of bombs because we had seen that earlier. And the goal was to get the queen to drift down towards 6 o'clock to take out the clan castle. And there it goes, poison down quick. And just like Bullitt's hit, right? King, a couple of bowlers. I only did 3 in this case, and I even decided that I was going to sacrifice a witch and 2 bowlers to get rid of this trash on the outside. I used a witch instead of... Bullitt had used a wizard on his last one, but I couldn't do that on this one because that archer tower was going to eat that alive. So I decided to go ahead and put a witch down to have some skeletons out front to distract. Again, so there's 12, 18, 24 troop spaces just to get an exterior funnel, but that's how important the funnel is. You get the funnel, you get the base. So those troops are down. My jump spell is down. King is going around the corner with those couple of bowlers, and you go ahead and drop the rest of the troops. You can see everything is now going towards the center. Notice on this one, 1 jump. I think Bullitt only had used 1 jump on the last raid. No reason to have a jump spell to get on that town hall. The bowlers and the witches, everything in the Archer Queen is going to shoot the town hall regardless of whether or not there's a jump spell on top of it or not. So this is a big benefit because it allows you to bring that extra rage spell, which is excellent because it allows everything to just, even though the troops kind of split going around that center town hall, there's just too much firepower at this point when you get that funnel right. So I'll go ahead and speed it up because, again, you've got the queen, have 1 healer left, making sure everything stays up. I was a little concerned about time, so I went ahead and used the AQ ability, but plenty of time to spare, like 7 seconds. It's plenty of time, right, John? All right, let's keep going. Lots to show today. I love it. This is an awesome attack by Wax. Check this out. Real patient, great funnel. Cleaning out a little bit of exterior trash with a wizard tower. Dropping down a balloon to make sure there's no bomb, and a baby dragon to get that archer tower. And then he goes ahead and starts the queen walk. Want everyone to notice that this is kind of I don't know what this build is. It's a hog raid, right? But you can see that there's 17 hogs and only 3 healers, because he's bringing a fairly heavy kill squad on this one, right? That consists of 12 bowlers and I believe CC giants. Perfect timing on the giants, right? Because the goal on this was for the archer queen to go in and take out the enemy queen, right? Because you need to do that for a hog raid unless your name is Wes. And the enemy clan castle. So this is great timing on the giants, because the idea is you want to occupy the single set inferno with those giants so the bowlers and the queen can go ahead and do their thing. Now, he gets into what appears to be a little bit of trouble here, because all of a sudden everything is going to the outside and not going into this area here. But Wax just goes ahead and he lets everything over there take care of business. He gets his poison down on the enemy CC, and then he goes ahead and correctly drops his hogs early. And he can drop them early because the CC is dealt with, and the enemy queen is engaged with those giants and Wax's archer queen, so they are no threat to the hogs. So now you just need to get that single set inferno down. So he goes ahead and gets the hogs down. They quickly dispose of that inferno tower, and what Wax has done now is created an awesome funnel. He's got the jump spell down here, so the bowlers and everything that's in the core is going to take out the eagle artillery and the town hall, and the hogs are just going to go around the base. Notice he still has his queen ability. He still has his king ability as well. Only 3 heals used, guys. And the reason why you can get away with only 3 heals and 17 hogs is because in this case, the kill squad was so big and the timing of the deployment of the troops and the spells was so good, his queen stays alive. And so if your queen stays alive during a hog attack, it's over. Hogs take care of that inferno. Queen is still going strong. He has 2 wizards in his back pocket for exterior cleanup. Drops those down. Awesome raid. Great stuff. Great stuff. Best raid of the war right there. Very unique. Well executed. Good job, Wax. As if you weren't showing off enough this war, you decided to do another one. Let's go ahead and show this guy here. This was a really nice raid too, because I don't think this one went exactly as planned. So he has his baby dragon now. He's down there trying to funnel. I think he's trying to get his queen to ride up to the north, and he dropped his rage a little too far ahead. Had to use his queen ability early, so we know he didn't want to do that. But what can you do? You just got to plow forward, right? As if, you just got to keep going, see how it's going to go. So now he breaks wall breakers in up north, and so the queen says, hell with that, we're going to go down to the south. So what's happened here? He has his queen is going the wrong way. He's used his queen ability already. And I mean, normally that's not going to bode well for your attack, but he hangs tough. Queen's not in any jeopardy there. He's rotating his attack around to the other side. He gets his jump spell down. He gets his king down. Here come the giants, and here come the 14 bowlers and a couple of witches. And so he's basically getting everything to go towards that jump spell. And his idea here is that now you can see he's going to start dropping one hog at a time. He wants the hogs to go to the core. So, now he sees that they're locking on to that Inferno Tower, and he sees. So freeze in my mind is a complete waste of spell unless you have a situation like this where your freeze spell can be dropped and hit like 3 or 4 enemy defenses. Which down it goes, gets those Teslas, gets the Eagle, gets the Inferno. He has a heal on the Hogs, and the Hogs are taking out the core with the assistance of the Queen. In the meantime, his bowlers are going around the base and ripping everything to shreds. So the Hogs are kind of petering out now, but we're at a point where they've completely done their job. The bowlers are still going around the base. Healers are still taking care of the Archer Queen, and everything's going down. 6-pack. Good job, Wax. Really great war. Okay, here's one by Adam. Another ring style base. Too many rings for these guys. We'll do a double speed on this one. Queen walk from 3 to 6. Baby Dragon's doing a little bit of funneling at 6 o'clock. And then get the jump down, get the king down, couple of bowlers, drop the troops. Everything's going to hit the jump. Second jump's going to go down over to Town Hall on this one to make sure everything gets to the expos and everything behind the base. Rages are down. This one wasn't as convincing. The troops split. And the healers stuck with a group of bowlers instead of going to the Queen, which is usually problematic. But kind of caught a break over here. Watch these witches staying out of the fire of the Archer Tower and all the skeletons that are taking out those troops and those trash buildings over that way. And since the healers stayed up, and there's still a handful of bowlers and another witch over on this side, it ends up being too much for the base to handle. And another 3-star for the good guys. Bud, getting back into the war. Got his heroes done, or his queen done, to level 50. Congratulations to Zip. Now, okay, we're going to show this. This is the kind of the spam boulder witch raid. Notice his jump, right? He was trying to get it just on this one little area here, so his troops would funnel straight down to this town hall. And he does a pretty good job of containing his troops so they don't split. There goes everything into the core of the base. Only one jump spell is needed on this one. He gets the rages down. Gets a nice time with heal spell down. Second rage down. Little late, a few seconds late on that rage. Just spread this one out because the bowlers and witches are still doing great jobs on the flanks there. Archer Queen still has full health. Pops the ability. Takes out the last Inferno Tower. And at this point, there's just way too many witches running around this base for this base to be able to hold up. Good work, Zip. Really well done. Welcome back to War, Bud. This is Sam dipping down here on a Town Hall 10. We'll go ahead and do a double speed on this one. AQ walk, bowlers, and witches. Gets the enemy queen, starts setting the funnel with, gets jump spell down eventually. Okay, Sam let him break through a wall first. Not bad. When you have all those bowlers, it doesn't take long, no more than 2 throws. And then he just paints the board with the rage, timely heal spell. That's all she wrote for this Town Hall 10. And while it's not an 11 versus 11 3-star, they're all needed. And at that point in time, we needed that thing to get done. Here we got a mod going on a strange base. Max Eagle. No Infernos, no Expos. It's kind of a strangely weighted base. A mod bringing a golem. Bowlers and witches. 2 jump spells pretty much get some access to the entire base. Queen taking care of the rest of the buildings down in the south. This one was becoming a little bit of a time issue because he had that Tesla down in the corner. But Queen ends up getting down there, taking it out with a few seconds to spare. Good job, Ahmad. Little Town Hall 9 versus 9 action. Good luck to this little baby 9 stopping Gray at this point. Nothing can stop Christian Gray. Bowlers and witches jump to the core. Poison is down, rage is down, heal is down. And the base is crushed. Crushed! Doug had asked me to show a little Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 content. So the bowler witches can work on Town Hall 10 ring bases as well. So this is just a simple queen walk. This walk went from 6 towards 9 o'clock. Wizard there doing a little funneling. I think a baby dragon comes down just to make sure there's no chance. No, I ended up saving the baby dragon. Didn't need it. The funnel set. CC's pulled. Poison is down early. I did drop the baby dragon just to make sure. Break in there with the queen. Why? Because if I didn't, that air defense would have ruined my attack. So you got to get in there. And then the idea was that there was going to be, the funnel was going to be wrapped up on the other side. Here at 9 o'clock, you can see the jump spell goes down. And the idea is that king and a couple of bowlers and the rest of the bowlers, giants and witches, will go down. And that everything would go around the base clockwise from 9 to 12 o'clock. Get the rage down, make sure you don't screw around, get that inferno done and out of the way. Now, the queen didn't take the jump like I had hoped, and my troops split. But at this point, you know, you just have to kind of pick a side that you're going to use your remaining rage spell on. And so I always go with the side that has the healers, because you can rage the bowlers, and then eventually the healers get into the rage as well and help heal everything along. And so it just seemed to make the most sense to go that way. And at this point, as we've seen, Bowlers and Witches are really, really strong right now, especially when you have a couple healers that can stay up and keep everything going. So this turned out to be a pretty easy Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 3-star. All right, guys. Great war. Let's keep it up next time, okay? Good night.